Good morning. Chapter 13, Lesson 6 is on page 600. We have only one lesson more to go after this Lesson 6, and the book will be entirely finished. Congratulations. Number 23 says c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. We're going to be playing with some formulas, and it says we would like to have this thing solved for a. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that a is the one that we want, and we're going to move everything else to the other side. So we're going to say c squared minus b squared turns out to be a squared, and all I did was I subtracted b squared from both sides. I'm going to take the square root of a squared, which means I have to take the square root of c squared minus b squared. And you know that the square root of a squared is just a, so our final answer that we needed for this quadratic formula is a is equal to c squared minus b squared, all that under the radical, and we take the square root of it. So there's our answer for number 23. A is equal to the square root of c squared minus b squared. Number 45 is an interesting problem. It's kind of hard to decode. It says, find a formula for the area of a square in terms of the perimeter, then use the formula to express the perimeter of the square in terms of the area. So let's just figure out what the heck they're talking about. Now let's write down some formulas. So we know that the area of a square is x squared. And we know that the perimeter, or all four sides added together, are x plus x plus x plus x, is 4x. So that much we got. So they say, let's see if we can come up with an area and use P to see if we can come up with something. Well, we have P is equal to 4 over x, or x turns out to be P over 4. All I did was I divided by both sides by 4. If we were to substitute that into our area formula, the area is equal to x squared, we would end up with the area being equal to P over 4 squared. And if we wanted to make that even neater, we could say the area is equal to P squared over 16. So that was the first formula they were looking at. They said, find the area in terms of the perimeter. Well, I can still use this same formula as well. A is equal to, now that I've done all that work, P squared over 16. I could make this A over 1, and I could even crisscross if I wanted to. I could say 16A is equal to P squared. Sometimes my equals don't come out the right way. And what I could do would be I could take then the square root of both sides. I could take the square root of P squared, and that's going to be the square root of 16a, which turns out to be 4 times the square root of a. And we know that the square root of p squared is just p. So if we wanted to write p in terms of a, we could say p is 4 times the square root of a. So there was the second part of our answer. The first part was, tell me the area of the square if you know the perimeter. The second part was, tell me the perimeter if you know the area. And those were the two formulas. All we had to do was substitute, and we used one formula to derive the answer for the other one. Looks worse than it is, but once we understand what we're talking about, it turned out to be pretty simple. Thanks so much. We'll see you all tomorrow.